but it's like I wish they would have presented it in a way that wasn't just campfire chats. He was even in the party. He's the only temp character, true. And yeah. Like I say, there needed to be... Like, so far this story is extremely slow, like even by Tales standards. Because like at 60 hours in, you're close to the end of the game usually in the older ones. Or at least you know what the main plot is and what's going to happen. Maybe not so much in Vesperia, because I think I'm like almost 60 hours into that playthrough. And we still haven't figured out that, oh, the Autophagos is a thing. We're about to get to that point. We're about to get to Zaude. And this is like about the same pacing as that, where at 60 minutes in, we know what the main threat is, and then we deal with the main threat. But like, the character development has been lost along the way.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
It's like, imagine in Tales of Vesperia, if all you did was fight shit, and the Rago thing was actually a fight, and Rago was a boss, and then in a campfire skit, you learned that like Yuri murdered Rago or something.
Which is why we're going to the Renin homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet.
It's like, it's a 1v1 fight, Yuri versus Rago. You run around killing a bunch of shit, and then like, that's it. Like, nobody knows, and then, oh, it's in a campfire chat. Hey, Yuri, can I talk to you for a second? I'm the one that murdered Rago. I have this sense of justice in me that doesn't care about the laws. Oh, really?
So,
surprised we didn't know that till now.
We know nothing about the Renin homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across
or like at the beginning of the game. Oh shit, it's another red chick, isn't it? What's going on? Hang on, let me stop my train of thought there so I can see the plot. So, you gonna let us land on the planet, or what's the deal? Oh man, they're shrinking our ship. Or they're infusing our ship with dark energy. Shrink ray, activate! Well, hell. What now?
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Well, as long as the oxygen holds
all
all.
of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
Well, what is it? Don't leave me in suspense. Hey, that's a pretty good twist. Rena's been a hollow core this entire time. What a twist. Oh man, there goes all our astral energy. It's like that moment when Palpatine consumed Rey and what's-his-face to reform himself. Diode in the Force. It's a rose. Get it? Thorns. I had to. Did I see the roasted chick gives the ability dark meat like a dark bottle because they do the same thing? Yeah, I get it. I get it. But yeah, I did notice that because I cooked the roasted chicken.
Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
Sure hope so.
We can only pray that they are.
To restore the one true emperor.
Already. When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
Oh, is that what that's called?
What's happening? We need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what?
I love the RLM part on Star Wars when Palpatine is talking and all the sirens are going off. Oh, yeah.
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down.
That's my worst nightmare. You know how much I love food.
Right. Sorry.
That's all you know about me.
It's still too early to give up.
I love food. He's freaking out, man.
Now what?
To restore the true
starship,
emperor.
It's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards
Get a hold of yourself. Here, I'll take over. Calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. Ch-ch-ch. Like an airplane. I think the last time I saw that I was a kid, because like my parents were a big fan of those spoof movies. Oh man, Lenegis turned into a super ray, gun ray. Viceroy Gun Ray and the other separatist leaders.
We managed to get moving,
Once
but
more,
where are we?
the Sith will rule
looks
the
like Lenegis in
galaxy.
here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
And why?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey!
The Rose of
Shion!
Oblivion or whatever.
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
I mean, that'd be interesting to know that, you know, technology caused Rena to become a hollowed out core of a planet and they want to restore themselves with fucking Rena. Or Dana, sorry.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The Thorns. My bad.
Maybe I can take the
No,
pain.
I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
As
Again,
well.
Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
You don't know how lonely.
I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot.
Well, who do
there
you
was
touch,
another way to
Rinwell? I've
live.
never seen you hug anybody or
Which
anything.
isn't to say I didn't feel alone.
Nobody in this universe
did.
does anything
Always.
like that. No hand
So numb
holding,
to your
no
reality, you couldn't even
hugging, no
recognize it as
kissing.
loneliness?
It's like Star Wars, man.
I don't know how you managed.
It's
New
fine.
Star Wars, I should say.
I know I'm not alone anymore.
But
Hootie?
I can't
Oh,
even
Hoodle.
touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down?
I mean, I guess.
Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern.
But most of the time, she's just like a
Until I
fucking,
get rid of
like,
these thorns, I
hat
guess I'll
rack
have to
for
put
that
up with
owl.
it just
Like,
a little longer, but not forever.
she's nothing more than a
Alphen promised me
perch.
that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Why? We barely know each other. Why does Hoodle smell like the ocean? Ew. Why would you say such a thing?
Boo!
Assuming that's what you're getting at.
What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate
And
to
she
the
shouldn't be smelling like the ocean
situation.
either
Yeah,
if
try
she
it
has proper
sometime.
hygiene. That's just
Yeah, but
wrong.
seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
What the fuck was that scene? Why even put that in there?
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though,
Maybe it was once.
I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable
Those
enough to bring
wise
our starship
guys.
along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
The moon landing was fake.
That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth
We
going
could
through
find
all
out
this
if you
trouble just to
stopped
steal Dana's
stopping
energy?
to talk about it.
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
God damn,
You made
shut
it this
up.
far,
You're so
didn't you?
annoying.
You noticed
Zephyr
something?
told
You
me the
changed
same
it.
exact
That's all
thing.
anyone
Did
can
he?
do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
The 2 times that you guys spoke to one another? Jesus, man. Let me save. I went out to watch all this plot again. Lower level, what level are we on right now? No idea, huh? Floor is inaccessible. Out of cream! So I guess we're going to the central level. How can you not remember he only has like 10 lines, JK? Oh, you mean me? Yeah, I guess. I mean, my brain's just been bombarded with all this nonsensical plot, dude. I'm like punch drunk. But is that one of the things he actually said? I'm surprised. To be honest, Diane, I'm surprised. I mean, maybe I'm not surprised because literally every fucking character in this game is like, you just can't stop and think about it, man. You're gonna keep moving forward.
Huh? What's that?
Hey, look, it's one of them alien bodies. Let's not touch it.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
It's a purple
So
woman.
it was a trap?
A diode in the Force to restore the one true Emperor. Yeah, my voice isn't as deep as Ian McDermott's.
It doesn't look like it can move.
Oh man, am I gonna be like Venom and have like a fucking space parasite give me armor?
Tell me.
We
the one
are
who brought
Venom.
us here?
That is correct.
That is correct.
Oh, look at that.
It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests.
How the
these
fuck did I
days.
guess that?
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
I don't know, man. Probably. Dude.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you.
They are my wives.
How did you all arrive in this sector?
Sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve?
Great
Are you
spirits?
saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
That's not the question you ask, kid. You ask about the thing that they serve, not whether or not they're powerful enough
What
to
did
serve.
you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not. it
Did
may
I
be our
write
best
this
chance
part?
to take it out of here. Let's at least
No,
hear
this
it
game
out.
is just so goddamn predictable.
I shall now answer your questions. We are held Ganquil. The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Hell Ganquil?
You are on Dake Phasal, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak?
Thank you.
Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Believe
Why
what
not?
you want, but it is the
We've already
truth.
made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but
Forced
Let's
you.
assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, We would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegis are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Ganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request?
You must
But
kill
what
the
could someone
Great
like
Spirit.
You want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Oh shit, who didn't see that coming?
I'm sorry, did you just
I don't
ask
think
us
it's
to kill your
controlling
master?
Volron, otherwise why was he talking
I
shit to the
did.
Ruin? Yeah.
It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want
Destruction of one planet or like the entire
Is
universe?
it to save our
Like,
world? To free you, Ganquil, from under its
what
control?
kind of destruction are we talking
Why?
here?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Ganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
Return to sleep mode.
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
God, this plot is fucking bizarre. I don't like whenever they stick too much sci-fi into my magic